The consuming fire. Our God is a consuming fire. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 29. Nothing is inexorable but love. Love which will yield to prayer is imperfect and poor, nor is it then the love that yields, but its alloy. For if at the voice of entreaty love conquers displeasure, it is love asserting itself, not love yielding its claims. It is not love that grants a boon unwillingly, still less is it love that answers a prayer to the wrong and hurt of him who prays. Love is one, and love is changeless. For love loves unto purity. Love has ever in view the absolute loveliness of that which it beholds. Where loveliness is incomplete, and love cannot love its fill of loving, it spends itself to make more lovely, that it may love more. It strives for perfection, even that itself may be perfected, not in itself, but in the object. As it was love that first created humanity, so even human love, in proportion to its divinity, will go on creating the beautiful for its own outpouring. There is nothing eternal but that which loves and can be loved, and love is ever climbing towards the consummation when such shall be the universe, imperishable, divine. Therefore, all that is not beautiful in the beloved, all that comes between and is not of love's kind, must be destroyed, and our God is a consuming fire. If this be hard to understand, it is as the simple, absolute truth is hard to understand. It may be centuries of ages before a man comes to see a truth, ages of strife, of effort, of aspiration. But when once he does see it, it is so plain that he wonders he could have lived without seeing it. That he did not understand it sooner was simply and only that he did not see it. To see a truth, to know what it is, to understand it, and to love it, are all one. There is many a motion towards it, many a misery for want of it, many a cry of the conscience against the neglect of it, many a dim longing for it as an unknown need, before at length the eyes come awake, and the darkness of the dreamful night yields to the light of the Sun of Truth. But once beheld, it is forever. To see one divine fact is to stand face to face with essential eternal life. For this vision of truth, God has been working for ages of ages. For this simple condition, this apex of life, upon which a man wonders like a child that he cannot make other men see as he sees. The whole labor of God's science, history, poetry, from the time when the earth gathered itself into a lonely drop of fire from the red rim of the driving sun-wheel, to the time when Alexander John Scott worshipped him from its face, was evolving truth upon truth in lovely vision, in torturing law, never lying, never repenting. And for this will the patience of God labor while there is yet a human soul whose eyes have not been opened, and whose child heart has not yet been born in him. For this one condition of humanity, this simple beholding, has all the outthinking of God flowed in forms innumerable and changeful from the foundation of the world. And for this too has the divine destruction been going forth, that his life might be our life, that in us too might dwell that same consuming fire which is essential love. Let us look at the utterance of the apostle, which is crowned with this lovely terror. Our God is a consuming fire. Wherefore, we receiving a kingdom which cannot be moved, let us have grace, whereby we may serve God acceptably with reverence and godly fear. For our God is a consuming fire. We have received a kingdom that cannot be moved, whose nature is immovable. Let us have grace to serve the consuming fire, our God, with divine fear, not with the fear that cringes and craves, but with the bowing down of all thoughts, all delights, all loves before him who is the life of them all, and he will have them all pure. The kingdom he has given us cannot be moved, because it has nothing weak in it. It is of the eternal world, the world of being, of truth. We, therefore, must worship him with a fear pure as the kingdom is unshakable. He will shake heaven and earth, that only the unshakable may remain. Verse 27. He is a consuming fire, that only that which cannot be consumed may stand forth eternal. It is the nature of God, so terribly pure that it destroys all that is not pure as fire, which demands like purity in our worship. He will have purity. It is not that the fire will burn us if we do not worship thus, but that the fire will burn us until we worship thus. Yea, will go on burning within us after all that is foreign to it has yielded to its force, no longer with pain and consuming, but as the highest consciousness of life, the presence of God. When evil, which alone is consumable, shall have passed away in his fire from the dwellers in the immovable kingdom, the nature of man shall look the nature of God in the face, and his fear shall then be pure. For an eternal, that is, a holy fear, must spring from a knowledge of the nature, not from a sense of the power. But that which cannot be consumed must be one within itself, a simple existence. Therefore, in such a soul, the fear towards God will be one with the homeliest love. Yea, the fear of God will cause a man to flee, not from him, but from himself, not from him, but to him, the Father of himself, in terror lest he should do him wrong, or his neighbor wrong. And the first words which flow for the setting forth of that grace whereby we may serve God acceptably are these: let brotherly love continue. To love our brother is to worship the consuming fire.